In Texas public schools, your child gets just 3 tries to pass the STAR test. But we found their teachers get an unlimited number of chances on their own required exams. Like many professions, teachers and principals must pass certain tests for certification. It's the state's way of ensuring they're qualified for the job.
Educators are commonly allowed to work in schools even while they're still trying to become certified. But KXAN investigator Brian Collister found some of them have failed over and over, Brian.
Shannon and Robert, many parents don't realize, but their child's teacher or even their principal might have a probationary certification because they haven't yet passed the required state exam for that job. Like a vice principal we found in the Manor ISD. While working in that position, he failed not 1, not 2, but 10 times before finally passing on the 11th attempt.
We are always looking for the best qualified candidate out there when we hire, and sometimes we have to hire someone that's not fully certified.
Including that Manor High School vice principal, who was in that job for 2 full school years before he passed his required state exams. Superintendent Kevin Brackmeyer says his district stands by and lends help to its educators still working to pass all their state exams. What do you say to a parent who doesn't feel comfortable that the educator holding their child accountable for their test scores hasn't necessarily passed their tests?
I would say that it's important to trust the process and trust that the district is in fact making sure that we hire the best qualified candidate. There is a tremendous amount of support.
And it's more common than many parents might realize. Educators struggling to pass exams for jobs they currently hold or are trying to get. In fact, we found in Central Texas, at the beginning of this school year, there were more than 230 who had failed their exams at least 5 times. Manor had 22, Round Rock 24, Pflugerville 27, and Austin ISD 77. Those who fail can work on probation for up to 3 years, taking the exams as many times as needed during that time. Not even the chairman of the Texas House Education Committee was aware of that until we told him.
I think we need to try to find teachers that can get over that bar.
Representative Jimmy Don Aycock says his committee will look at ways to improve teacher quality.
I think the committee will be charged to look at what is appropriate for probationary certification and how far you continue that probation in general. I think there certainly logically should be some limit to that.
Do you have teachers that just have a hard time passing the certification test?
I think, yes, we do. We absolutely do.
These AISD administrators say without the probationary certificates, they'd be left without much needed math, science, and bilingual education teachers.
I can guarantee you our principals, who are outstanding campus leaders, are keeping track of these probationary teachers and really watching it. And if that teacher's struggling after a certain amount of time, they're going to have that discussion with that teacher that this is not the appropriate place. If that teacher's doing an outstanding job in the classroom and really bringing those kids along and still aren't passing the test, then that principal's going to get with that program and say, okay, why are we not helping support them, and what is it that they're not doing well to be successful?
To help, they must enroll in certification programs.
The better prepared you are, the better your chances of passing the test.
That include online help and sample tests like this one.
So we're looking at persuasive text, and now we're going to look at the techniques that they used in the article that you have.
Gloria Cruz teaches one of those much needed subjects, bilingual education, in Round Rock ISD. She started this school year with a probationary certificate because she had not yet met all the requirements.
I don't think that was a problem for the parents as well. So 2 claps for Jessie for sharing.
Cruz has now passed all of her exams, thanks to an alternative certification program.
I feel like I'm still learning, and even though I took the trainings and I did the face-to-face, the hands-on was the true learning experience for me.
We'll follow up with that House Education Committee to see if it considers limits to the number of times educators can fail their exams. Shannon?
So, Brian, what can parents do if they're concerned about their child's teacher?
We're told they should talk to the principal and also talk to the district's administration and find out what exactly they're doing to help that teacher pass the exam.
And did you ever talk to that assistant principal from Manor from the beginning of your story that took 11 times to pass his test?
I did. He declined to be on camera, but he says his perseverance in taking the test until he passed it should be an example to his students to never give up. Also, we tried to talk to the school district about his situation, but they declined. They didn't want to discuss exactly why he had so much trouble with the test.
All right, Brian, thank you very much.
This weekend on our political program, we break down the concerns over teacher quality here in Texas. We're joined by the State House Education Chair in studio. Watch State of Texas in depth Sunday morning at 8:30 here on KXAN. And if you go to the homepage at KXAN.com right now, in this story, we'll tell you in which Central Texas districts educators are failing multiple times. See if your child's school is among them. And remember, if you have something you want us to investigate, email us at report@kxan.com.